kitchen floor. It seems like you can't take no more. I'm sorry, but when my nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Yeah. With crimson secrets and forbidden bliss, can't stay still, don't stop that
Hello there, I'm RedEidolon, the Anomaly from Switzerland, and you know, today is something really special, because yesterday, at Thursday, or was it this night for me? I don't know. Like, the developer team of Overwatch 2 made a stream, and no, we're not going to watch the whole stream, just some scenes around it. Some bits about that. So this will mean no gameplay from my side, but just that I will see all of the information and that I will give my opinion about it. Because sadly, Overwatch 2, I'm a bit conflicted, you know. I really want that one of my most beloved games has, you know, that it goes forward, you know, that it isn't in the stalemate anymore, but I don't know if this is the right direction for the game, you know. So, yeah, I guess we can do a reaction here to that. 1 second. So, as you know, I have some strong opinions about Overwatch 2. It seems like this, what the hell? Life of a Sombra player? I watched this video ages ago. What the hell? That's just weird as hell. Anyways, I said, a few streams before that, I said that maybe 5 versus 5 is coming, and that I will say that off-tank will be obsolete then, because, I mean, in my rank, which is, well, sadly with one it's still bronze, one is silver and 2 are gold. Yeah, 2 are gold. Yeah, 2 are gold. Like, in my ranks, this will just not work, you know? Like, think about that. You have... Oh wait, I'm still talking. I could use some music. Alright, so imagine 5v5, huh? Then now you have only one tank. And your team needs a shield. Well, in my rank, I mean, you know, in higher ranks, okay, there you can have like a really good Roadhog or Diva or whatever, you know. But we're not those people. Like, the most people are silver, gold, plat. Okay? So, we have that. Now, the problem with that I have is it will just make other off tanks obsolete. Like tanks that don't have a shield. It will just make them obsolete. I mean, either the team has to be really good or the tank has to be really good, a really good off tank, so that this will be successful, you know. Otherwise, well, only shield tank will work, you know. I think it's just a joke. I mean, imagine you're in a team and god damn it, the music is too loud. I can't really think. Just imagine you have just imagine you're in a team and you have only one tank. This tank is shit. He can't protect you. So you tell him, hey, can you please switch to shield tank? Then he switches to Rhine, just charges in and dies. Even though the rework is quite nice and you could, well, stop yourself in mid-charge, but whatever, he doesn't do it, he dies. So what then? Then you're only 4 people. And you don't have any protection. That's just dumb. Like, when you have 2 tanks, you know, then one can play off tank, one can play shield tank. That's like really nice, you know. And when one tank doesn't do his job, well, then you can rely on the other one. Then you just let the other tank die. No one cares, because hey, there's still one tank that does his job good. But when you only have one tank, I mean, come on, what happens? It just doesn't work. I don't know. Let's just watch this.
Overwatch has always been played with 2 teams of 6 players.
Yes, Aaron.
Overwatch 2 will be played with 2 teams of 5 players, consisting of 2 support, 2 DPS, and 1 tank.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, my next question was gonna be like, okay, like, is role queue still a thing? So we still have a breakdown across the board. It's not completely open. So 1 tank, 2 DPS, 2 supports.
Yeah, that's really important. I mean the reason why role queue was even invented was because of the goat stuff, you know, like 3 tanks, 3 heal, and one of the heals was Brig. And they made DPS obsolete. So what did they do? They made role queue and buffed the hell out of the DPS. And nerfed the tanks. And also the heals are also buffed. I mean, come on, look at Baptiste. Baptiste is such a fucking idiot. Baptiste is just an idiot. I mean, he's like the new better soldier. He does more damage. He does more damage than soldier. It's so dumb. I mean, he can heal better, of course, because he is heal. And he has his frisbee stuff. I don't know what it's called. You know, but I think it's nerfed from 20% to 10% or to 5%. I'm not sure anymore, but it was nerfed to a lower threshold. But yeah, I just think when a heal can do more damage than a DPS, something's wrong, you know. Like, imagine I play Pharah very often, and you know this. I play Pharah so often all the time. But imagine now. I play Pharah, and, well, Amora comes, you know. Like, usually in a game, when a healer attacks a DPS, the healer loses, but not in Overwatch. Like, when I'm with Pharah up there, there's a good chance that she's killing me and evading my shots. I mean, what the hell? Where's the reason behind that? Like, usually healers need to be protected by tanks, and the DPS are here to smash everything up, you know. Like, who's another example? Ana. Her biotic nade is way too strong. Yes, I know, I love Ana, and I play her a lot. But it's just dumb that it neglects heal to the others. Heals yourself. I mean, when it's thrown onto enemies, you know, they can't heal. It's anti-heal, and they get damage from the nade, and it also does splash damage. When you hit the grenade on you or on your teammates, it gives them healing and healing over time. Like, come on. And then the sleep dart, which is, well, you know, just sleep dart, so I guess that's fine. But, I mean, her weapon. Her healing with her weapon is quite nice, yes. But it's just a joke that with that weapon, you can do 75 damage. To, is it 75 damage? Yes, 75 damage to an enemy. 75 damage. and she has an insane rate, a high rate of fire. Like, she can 3-shot a squishy, a healer. Like, why? Me as a Pharah, when I don't have a mercy in my ass, I have no chance against Ana. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It should be different, but it isn't. Anyways, I already talked about the off tank and main tank stuff. So you know my opinion there. I think, like in my rank, off tanks will become obsolete. Off tanks will become completely obsolete. I mean, I think in the beginning they will play them, and then it's like, hey, yeah, it works. Okay, I continue playing it. But as soon as it doesn't work, well, shield tank, here it is, you know. And if you want to dive, well, I play Winston or Diva, and then I dive. Or, well, my DPS are not doing enough damage, so, okay, I'm playing Roadhog. But then there is no shield anymore. So, you see where I'm going with this? Like, I have nothing against the 5v5 stuff. Yes, it will be, I guess, a bit different, but I think you will get used to it fairly quickly. I just have the problem that when the tank is shit, he doesn't want to switch, he doesn't want to help the team to win it. He's just minding his own business. Then you will have huge problems when the tank doesn't know what to do, when he's just shit, when he doesn't communicate. And it just will make other heroes obsolete. Like, they will be played less. And imagine how many people are now going to play Sigma and Rhine. Imagine, so many people will now play always Sigma and Rhine. And the other thing is, you can't queue anymore with another tank. You can't play 2 tanks anymore. Like, with my best buddy, we can't do 2 tanks anymore. That's a joke. I am just not sure about this, man. I am just not sure about this.
What led you guys down the road to make this change?
There
Yeah.
are a lot of reasons for why we wanted to make this change.
Yeah, tell me.
As I said earlier, Overwatch has changed over time. We've gone from having no hero limits at all in the game before launch. You could pick 6 Winstons if you wanted to for your team composition. To having
6 Winstons. Oh, that's cool. I mean, that's is it a quick play classic, I think, or something like that, where you can just pick everything you want, no matter how many heroes? Or am I wrong? I'm not sure anymore. But there is an arcade mode where you can do this.
A hero limit. We ended up introducing a roll lock over the course of the game, and we feel like this is the next step in the way that Overwatch ought to be played. If you think about it, there is a lot going on in an Overwatch map. It is incredibly fast-paced.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, the thing where I can see where 2 tanks are a problem is with choke points. It's a lot harder to flank them or to just get through the choke because of the shield, because you have to destroy the shield and you have to avoid the damage which is coming through the enemies behind their shields. So I get that that is a problem. I wouldn't be as mad if they would buff shields again. Like, if they would say, hey, come on, we give shields more HP. When we only have 1 tank, then please give them more HP and to the shields more HP too. Just because they're only 1 tank. And I mean, like, you know, Ryan had 2,100 shield points, I guess. Sigma had 1,200, something like that. Winston was, I guess, also higher. What about Orisa? I'm not sure. But, like, you know, give them some juice again. Like, tanks now, their shields are so weak. You know, they just, God damn it, fuck off. They just, you know, it just takes longer, how do you say that? You know, like, when you put the shield up, like, for 2 or 3 seconds, woohoo, they're shooting at the shield, and then shield is gone. So, it's just a joke, you know.
And we have always tried to make our combat easy to read and very understandable. And even with all of the work that we put into that, sometimes it's just hard to track what 11 other players are doing on the battlefield. Removing 2 of those simplifies everything, and it allows players to understand everything that's happening around them. And
that's the reason? That's the reason? Seriously? Like, are you serious? Is that the reason? Like people play Overwatch PvP since years. Like, now since 5 years. I mean, for me, it's only like 2 years. Is it 2 years? I guess, or 1.5. I'm not sure anymore. Anyways, it's so like, I'm a pretty new player to Overwatch, you could say. But, so that's the only reason? Because there's too much happening and you want that people get it more? That it's more, that you have a better oversight of everything? What? I mean, come on, people who play PvP the whole time in Overwatch, because, well, yeah, what else is there to do than that? I mean, you play that. And then in Overwatch 2, they come and say, well, no, we're taking one away because it's just too complicated. What? It was never too complicated. Yes, for new players. Okay, yes. But every game is complicated when you play it. Like every, what do you call it? Every new multiplayer game is complicated. Yes, some more, some less, but come on. I mean, I learned Overwatch pretty quickly. It really wasn't that hard, Jesus. I mean, come on.
And to be able to make better choices because of it.
Better choices? Well, yeah, depends. I mean, now you have to choose between a Zarya graph and a Shatter. Or between Mines and Whole Hog. I mean, the one cool thing is that Bunker isn't strong anymore. Because of, well, Orisa and then another tank and then Baptiste. So that's kind of nice. But what the hell, man?
This change obviously has a really big impact on tanks. And we will get into some of the changes that we're making to tanks and to some of the other roles in a bit. But tanks can be problematic. They're a DPS hero is simple. They're shooting. But a tank has abilities that can be noisy, or when stacked with other tanks, can cause problems for other teams to.
Oh, let's hear it. The music is in the video. Okay.
To try to overcome and counter. Like, and a great example of that is 2 main tanks on the field. Sometimes that can be very oppressive to another team.
Yeah, but the enemy team has 2 tanks too.
With 5 players out there is a greater chance of certain people being able to carry, whether that's the tank on the team or.
Yeah, okay. With 5 people, the value of every person goes up. That's true. I mean, that's nice because then you can carry better. Because you have to carry less people. But if you have one shit guy in the team, you will feel it way more, of course. And you will feel it the most when your only tank is shit. So
some of the DPS, there's just one less player on the other team that you need to take care of, and each player now has the opportunity to have a larger individual impact on their own team. And
yeah, I mean that's nice, but still, I mean, I can also, well, I most of the time I try to carry. Well, hello there. I mean, most of the time I try to carry something. But, I mean, come on, when there's only 5 players and you have 1 player that's shit, then what's the matter with it?
We've tried a lot of different versions of this. Internally, we've tried 4v4 format. We've tried 3 DPS.
Yeah, of course, 4v4. What do you want? 2 overpowered DPS, 1 tank, 1 heal. What the hell?
Support 1 tank format.
Yeah, we're on yes, we're on 5v5, Jesus.
Early on in Overwatch development, we tried a 7v7 format of the game.
7v7? What? Who do you want more? Do you want the 3rd DPS so that there's even more damage and less shield? Yeah, indeed. They should really bring it back to 6 versus 6, but they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. I think that one shit tank your team is fucked, yeah. Yeah, I already said it before. It's just exactly that. I mean, when you're the tank and the team can rely on you, well, yeah, that's great. But, dude, if you have a shit tank in your team, you're just fucked. Amen, thank you for the follow.
A new anomaly called Put the Aorus in the Bag appeared.
Thank you, man. I mean, that's really the case. It's just shit. And I mean, the other problem is, like, in the beginning, you try out, like, I don't know, especially for some of us off-tank mains. Yes, exactly. Like, who is going to play, Zarya or Roadhog or whatever now? I mean, like, I can imagine that in the beginning, when the round starts, hey, you're playing an off-tank, and then you see, shit, it's too much damage from them. Well, I'm going to switch to a shield tank. So it will just make others completely obsolete. Yeah, I mean, I personally play Hog when I'm tank, and then I see, well, my DPS are shit. They're not doing enough. Okay, I'm switching to Roadhog. I'm going full Hog mode, you know? Then it's no problem. But now, you can't do this. It's a joke. It's a joke. And imagine if when you're playing DPS or healer, and your only tank is shit. He only plays D.Va and he can't do shit. What do you do then? It's just lost. It's a joke. It's a joke.
With them. And this is the sort of thing that our lead hero designer Jeff Goodman has really run with, and I think he probably has a little more he can say about it.
Yeah, you forgot about the 4 DPS, 1 tank, 1 healer we ran one time. That was literally one play test. And it was that like
4 DPS, 1 tank, 1 healer. Yeah, okay. Why not?
Test and we swore we would never do it again.
Almost cut out in the middle of that play.
Never to be spoken about again. Yeah, Jeff. I assume that obviously changes to the tank role, but I assume there will be kind of like holistic changes overall, right? I think just changing the tanks, you probably need to rework some of the other stuff that goes on.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is a kind of change, so...
Yeah, you especially need to rework the vanilla tanks. Like, well, Brian already gets his rework, but, yeah. Never study Jeff when you need him. Yeah. But, to be honest, I think Jeff doesn't even have to say much about that. Yeah, 1 second. Sorry, my dog came into my room. I had to open the door, because otherwise it would have been really sad. Okay.
That it impacts like a huge part of the game, obviously.
Jesus, why is it so silent now? Hello?
And that's the thing about sort of hero design and hero balance is like, it's sort of easy in some sense. I don't know if it's easy, but it's certainly easier to make sort of a single hero change and, maybe even like a hero rework like we've done in the past.
Yeah, I mean, like they reworked Ryan already, which is really nice. But I think Winston could have a rework too. Like, he's one of the heroes that could definitely need that one. I can't just have Hawk buff from April first. As a permabuff, I want half cooldown hooks every time I kill a squishy. Yeah, I mean that was really nice. That was really nice. But I mean, well, at least they held on to the meme change there with D.Va, with her call mech stuff. That it does. How much damage does it now? 250, I guess. Yeah, I guess it was 250.
But to change something so fundamental as, there's only 1 tank allowed, really kind of cascades into a lot of different questions and.
Yeah, indeed it does cascade into a lot of different questions. It will fuck off tanks. It will just fuck them. I mean, the most I really did to Winston was at secondary fire. Yeah, that's true. There has 2 charges on the bubble now. She does now? Really? I mean, wow. Okay. Cool. Is this the change I want to see? No. Hey, it's just a joke.
Problems that demand answers. So.
Oh my. You know what shit I trying to do? Oh my god. I mean, like, the one thing I really like is the Reinhardt rebug. I like that one. 2 fire charges, and you can 2 fire stuff, and with the charge you can stop it whenever you want. I mean, that's really nice. That's really nice. And I love the sounds they added. Yes, exactly. They added also some sounds. Like, I've seen a video where they recorded like different types of guns, and then they changed it a bit, and then they made these new sounds in Overwatch 2. I mean, they're really nice, but I don't know how I feel about them, just because, well, I really haven't heard. I've heard only a few of them, you know, and well, I haven't played Overwatch 2, so I don't know how this will feel for me. I just can't tell. Yeah, Widow Sniper and yeah, Reaper Shotgun. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, immediately when we say this is, how does Roadhog work in a world where you could pick Reinhardt instead? Like, how is that?
Yeah, how does that work?
So that's sort of our first question when we first were doing it too. Like, we liked this 5v5 thing. It was super fun when we play tested it. That has a lot of promise. But okay, we have to solve.
Look, if you developers make something up and you play it and you like it, what does that mean for us? I mean, yeah, it's nice. It's nice that it works for you, but you can't just say, well, yeah, it works for us. So it works for you guys, the developers, and then it just suddenly should work for us too, or what? What the hell? Hey, then why continue doing it if you don't even know?
Problems if we go this way. So that's sort of why it sort of has led to this larger set of changes, and there's a lot of other changes we'll talk about as well. But it definitely cascades. You know, for example, healing. You can kind of focus on one tank now, and tanks are even beefier than they are on live. The individual tanks, this is one of them. So we're thinking, well,
the healers have to do less, okay?
Play like 2 main healers and dump healing in your tank, and is it too hard to kill now? And maybe healing is too good now. And
but that's also another thing. Like, healers, some healers do more damage than DPS. Like, where's the sense behind that? And now they have to do even less healing, which means they can focus more on the enemy team. I mean, come on. Come on, man.
But this is the time.
I mean, Baptiste is basically the new soldier who is better. Like, Baptiste is just a better soldier.
Yeah, this is what we wanted to do with Overwatch 2, is look at core things like this and make sure that where we want them to be, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you know, I'm not a designer, but I think that, like, this is the first real opportunity you guys have had to reset. Like, you couldn't just do this on the live game, right?
Yes, you could have done this. Make a new event, make a new game mode, implement it, and just thresh a whole bunch of loot boxes there, so the people are keen on playing it, and then you can see the reaction of it. If they like it, do it. If they don't like it, don't do it. But
I think that's kind of like what I assume, right? Is that this is like a holistic look at the game overall, and like changes that you couldn't do on live because they're just so massive.
Exactly, and like I said, there's other changes that go along with this as well, that are also equally impactful. So it's sort of like we just like shook the ground underneath the game like really heavily, and like all the pieces are kind of in disarray a little bit. So some of the heroes won't even be playable really by our playtesters here, because they're either heroes we're already kind of looking at heavily, or we plan on looking at heavily, so it's kind of not worth showing them in this context, or ones that we haven't addressed yet, things like that. So that just sort of gives you context of like how big this kind of change is.
Yeah, it is big. I mean, like you said, you can't play some heroes anymore. Oh my god, are you serious? Oh, this is pissing me off more than comp with one brain dead healer. Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, if you have one or 2 people who are brain dead in your team, okay. I mean, hey, if it's only 1 healer who is brain dead and only 1 DPS who is brain dead, it's okay, no problem. You can still roll, but this will be such a nightmare. This will be really such a nightmare. Let's watch this.
There are a few video game developers that have as much cachet with an audience as Jeff.
That's old. Okay. I found that video, so maybe we can watch this one. It's like, I think it's like a May summary of this more than 2 hours long stream, because, well, I'm not going to watch that. Hey, Connor, what's up, man? You know, I'm just, you know, the live stream for Overwatch 2 from the developer team was yesterday. And now I'm just doing a little critique on it, like on what I like and what I don't like. But it seems like, for me, I more lean towards that I don't like it, unfortunately. Okay, I hope this is
What's up, guys?
copyright-free music.
Earlier today, the Overwatch developers had a live stream where they covered a lot of new information about Overwatch 2, as well as explanations on some of the stuff that they've already kind of teased or released earlier at BlizzCon and that sort of thing. And so what I'm going to do in this video is a quick breakdown of all the different important details that they covered during their live stream. The absolute biggest change that we got from this live stream is that the game will now be 5 versus 5 for all the PvP. In custom games, you're probably still going to be able to have 6 players per team, and for the campaign, the PvE stuff, it's going to be 4 players cooperative. But the PvP for quick play and for competitive and lots of the arcade stuff, that is now going to be 5 versus 5. It's going to be 1 tank, 2 DPS, and 2 support. Right away, this is going to alleviate some of the problems that...
What's that? Why does... What? Why does Winston have this? This was Hanzo's ability. What? Why does he have that now? I mean, 5v5, I mean, in a choke point, yes, I can see that. That their 2 tanks are a problem. With only 1 tank, the enemy team could flank more. But when the tank is shit, or when the tank doesn't want to change to shield tank, I mean, off tanks, they just won't have the same value anymore.
Overwatch 1 has, namely that a lot of players don't want to play tank because they don't find it to be fun. So you have a lack of players on that.
Well, many think it's not fun because you have to take responsibility.
That role, which means that it takes longer for
and you can't frag
matches to be started up. But now, if you only need 1 tank for each of those matches, then it should mean that matches overall start more quickly for everyone, including people that are queuing for.
Yeah, okay, that's true. I mean, it's not anymore 12 people; it's only 10 people. So yeah, that makes sense, of course, but still. Not Ultra, they could still have their uses. Yeah, I know. Like, I just have to fear that, like, you know, Ryan with his rework is pretty strong. Sigma is always a strong pick. Orisa with Baptiste together is a strong pick. I mean, look. I mean, I'm just thinking about the other off tanks. Yeah, Sigma. I mean, Sigma is already strong, but when you only have 1 tank, then Sigma will be even stronger. Oh god. But I mean, look, when you're playing Roadhog or something like that, when you're playing Roadhog or something like that, I mean, I play usually Roadhog just because, well, when my DPS don't do enough damage, you know, then I play Roadhog. That's it. But when your team doesn't do enough DPS and you want to switch to Roadhog, you play Roadhog and you kill a bunch of them, but then you have no shield and you need it. And I mean, I guess that's why Zarya has 2 charges now on her shields, so that she can shield more frequently, so that she's still viable. Which I get, but still, I mean, it doesn't replace a shield, you know. I mean, for the higher ranks, it's no problem. For the higher ranks, it's no problem. Like they can just play with almost every tank hero really good, you know. And they don't have a problem with that. The team doesn't have a problem with that. But for me, my ranks, like silver, gold, this will be a huge problem. Like, imagine I'm playing DPS, and then this one dude doesn't want to change from Diva, and they just don't have protection and just get died. Just get died, what the fuck? And just die, you know? Yeah, to be honest, I'm still, you know, like, all the criticism here, I'm still excited for Overwatch 2. I'm still excited because I really want something new. I want to see where the game's heading. I want new content. I just, you know, but there are just some things that I'm just meh, you know. I'm not really sure if they will work, if I will like them, you know. And I don't want that a game I really love just, you know, that in the end I don't really love it anymore. I just don't want that to happen, you know?
Support. The other thing is that certain kind of trouble combos like double barrier and, you know, certain other versions of goats and stuff that we had in the past and whatnot, those are going to be gone. You can't have double barrier anymore because you can't have two tanks. So this means that...
Well, still, you could still have two barriers with Brig. Or whatever, but that's only for her, so yeah.
They are going to be able to release new tanks that do have barrier.
Oh, that's nice. With Zen, you see where you have the harmonic orb. Like now it's on Chunk and the destruction orb is on Tracer.
And
that's
they're
nice.
not going to have to worry about any of the situations with...
But to be honest, I kinda like the minimalistic design here. You know, with the health stuff and here with the abilities. The only thing I don't like is the old charge. This looks a bit too minimalistic. Maybe they will change it, maybe not, but that's like the only thing I currently don't like about the UI.
Reinhardt and Orisa, or Orisa and Sigma, and all that sort of stuff that we've had problems with in the past, that just isn't going to happen because you simply cannot have double barrier. So it is going to get rid of...
Yeah, well, no double barrier. Yeah, just one barrier or no
some
barrier.
of those problems right away. As a result, a lot of the characters in the tank role are going to get some pretty significant changes. We did see some of them during the live stream, and I'll cover those in just a minute when I go over some of the hero changes.
Okay.
But what you can expect is that tanks are going to operate a lot more like a Roadhog or a Zarya than they would like a Reinhardt or an Orisa, where you're not really just going to be kind of sitting back and trying to block damage. Instead, the tank character is going to play a much more active role, going to be a lot more aggressive, and really, it's not even going to be a tank anymore.
Yeah, but that's the personal play style, no? I mean, that's really the personal play style. If you have the faith in yourself, if you know how to frag with a tank, well, yeah, then go for it. If the team doesn't need you at the moment, but if the team needs you, you shouldn't be just hanging around back I don't know where in the enemy line and just frag people.
It's functionally going to be a bruiser, which is a character that just has a lot of health and deals damage to the enemy. Now, granted, you're still going to be a lot tougher than any of the DPS. You're going to be able to soak up a lot of that damage, and that also gets addressed in some of the other changes that they have. Ultimately, what this is going to do is increase the speed of the game, make it a little bit faster pace, and it means that one player can now have...
That's true. It makes the game faster, because usually you're just stuck at choke points because of the tanks. That's true. And because of the DPS that hide behind them, and the healer is somewhere that just heal all of them. That's true. Yeah, that will make the game faster, so it will make the game as it is faster, and the queue time would also be faster, which is cool.
More of an impact in the game, whereas previously in Overwatch 1, it takes 6 people to win the match and only 1 person to lose the match. Now, you're going to have much more of an impact as that individual player. You're going to...
Yeah, which is good and bad. I mean, you can carry now more easily, but you will also feel the problems when someone just doesn't do his job.
Have the ability to actually carry your team, because previously you could be the best DPS player in the world. If the enemy team was running double barrier, you were not going to get through that. Like, there was just almost nothing that you could do by yourself. But now, since there's going to be a lot less barriers and just less tank players in general, you're going to be able to have more of an impact. Any player, whether it's the tank, the DPS, or the support, you can now have more impact, and you can do a better job of carrying the dead weight on your team and
that's true.
still achieving victory, despite the fact that, you know, one person is just not really doing everything they need to do.
Yeah,
So
that's true, but still, I mean, you can carry more, but you will also have more problems when someone is shit.
That your individual performance is going to play a much more important role.
Okay, I just thought, like, wait, does Soldier have a new
Overall,
ability?
the HUD
no,
and the user interface has been greatly improved. It looks a lot cleaner, a lot more kind of minimalistic, but it shows you everything that you need to know. And also, healers got a pretty big benefit to this overall upgrade as well, especially Zenyatta. Now you can see who you have with the Harmony and the Discord Orb, and it is now placed down in the bottom center of the screen instead of being off to the side. So overall, just the user interface has been updated and improved greatly for a lot of characters, especially the supports. They've also made a change to something called Overhealth. This is what you get from Lucio's Sound Barrier. It's what Doomfist gets from his passive. There are lots of different versions of this in the game where you get extra health on top of your normal stuff. What they've...
Oh, 1 second. I'm sorry for the interruption. My other cat wanted to get out. So let's continue.
They've done is they've changed all of it and kind of consolidated.
Oh, it's not green. Oh, but that's kind of nice. That's nice. I like that. That's really nice. Okay.
It down to one type of...
Does he have something? No.
Overhealth. So rather than having temporary shields, temporary health, temporary whatever, it is now just called Overhealth. It's one thing, and it appears as green, so that it is very clear what you have.
Wait. Well, Pharah still doesn't have a shield. That's a bit sad. I mean, problem with Pharah is that she can just get... I mean, with Far Mercy, she is strong, yes, but as soon as she doesn't have a Mercy, she's just a dead bird in the sky. Which is really a problem. Like, they should really give her some shield. Like, either 50 or 75, I don't care. Just give her some shield. That would really improve her. I really thought, like, they would change... I really thought they would change, like every hero for Overwatch 2. They would just tweak it a bit, you know, like either more damage or less damage, or they would play around with the abilities a bit. Oh, now we see she has 2 charges. Okay. But I just thought like they want to do more about the heroes.
Your own health,
I mean, the hard piece of Overwatch is the heroes and what their abilities are, but.
You're looking at your teammates or an enemy or something, if you see
there are almost no changes.
On that character,
I mean, yes, wow, Reinhardt changed, but what is with the other 31 heroes? Like, yes, we have Zarya with her little stuff.
It was brief.
And Winston has something new, but yeah, that's it.
Mentioned about character customization that there are going to be some things that you're going to be able to do beyond simply using a golden skin type thing. There's possibility of mixing and matching different characters.
Oh, I didn't get that.
There are going to be some things that you're going to be able to do beyond simply using a golden skin type thing.
Okay, so there's
some things that you're going to be able to do beyond simply using a golden skin type thing. There's possibility of mixing.
Does he mean the gold weapon? Golden skin type thing? Wow.
And matching different character skins and just other customization options.
Oh, that would be cool if you could like combine different stuff from different armors. That would be really nice.
However, no details are being revealed for that yet. We got an update on the character role passives. This is going to be an extra effect that each character in a particular role will get in addition to all of the other stuff that they have. We did learn about this a little bit before, but it looks like they have now solidified what they want for these role passives. For tanks, they are now going to take less knockback from
that's
any
nice.
sort of
so they just made it like Reinhardt.
boop and that sort of thing. They're also going to generate less
but they could have also just implemented that in Overwatch.
ultimate charge when they're hit.
Like, why do this only now?
Now that you only have the one tank, that tank is going to be targeted quite a bit now. And yes, they are going to be a little bit more durable than they were in the past, but they're also going to give less.
Wait.
Now that you only have.
Look at it.
Have the one.
Which one does look better?
That tank is going to be targeted quite a bit now.
What about the rank? Where did that go? You see? I mean, it's a little bit more to the outside. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice, yeah. But where did the level go? By the way, I really think that the old one is better than the new one. Yeah. Yeah, it's better, I think.
Charge. So you can't just have.
But that looks way more awesome.
Ult battery, like what Roadhog currently is in the live version of the game.
I'm probably the only person who's going to like the new one. I mean, come on, it's just personal taste.
Change for DPS is that they're going to have an increased movement speed, but from what I've told, Tracer and Genji are still going to have a little bit more of a movement speed than all of the other characters.
Oh, really? Oh, well, I don't play that much Tracer and Genji.
So if you didn't know, Tracer and Genji move a little faster than the other heroes in the game, and they're still going to get that movement speed buff, and they're going to be a little bit faster than everybody else. But
I mean, movement speed buff is nice. Like, yeah, that's nice. No, but everyone seems to not be big about the new one. Aww, yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I'm one of those guys too.
DPS overall will have a faster movement than pretty much every other character, with exceptions, obviously, when Hammond's in the ball.
Oh, her new weapons are juicy. Jesus, they look really nice.
And he's rolling around, he's going to be pretty fast himself. Next is going to be the support.
Alone, I know what to do. Nah. I mean, come on. Even though I do a lot of criticism now, I mean, there's also stuff that I like about it, and I mean, come on, I will play it. Like, it's not like, oh no, that's Overwatch 2, I don't like it, I won't play it. No, surely not.
They will start regenerating health if they don't take damage after a brief period of time.
Yeah, that's nice, but I mean, that is kind of the passive ability for Mercy, that she regenerates health. But I guess how many seconds did it?
He's rolling around. He's going to be pretty fast himself. Next is going to be
the 49.
The supports. They will start regenerating health if they.
Yeah, right. After 3 seconds to regenerate again, healers. What? Then they don't even have to heal themselves anymore. And you have one tank less, so this means also less damage. So healers can even focus more on the enemy team and do what they're not supposed to do. I'm actually going to become a Overwatch mainstreamer because TF2 has gotten really bad. Oh, really? Damn. What's that?
They don't take damage after a brief period of time. This is just like what happened.
Okay, I mean, with the healer stuff, I mean, it's kind of nice if you are a healer, but I just have the problem that some healer weapons are better than some DPS. That's just a joke. They have a higher rate of fire and higher damage than DPS, which should not be the case, but it is. And I mean, well, DPS faster, okay, but well, tanks are still slow. I mean, yes, they should be slow because they're huge and heavy, but still, like, usually the DPS shouldn't run in front of the tank. Whatever.
With shields, with Zarya, Zenyatta, that sort of thing.
And when in casual, there's a bug problem and people keep leaving, which makes the game even harder, and you need 5 players in that mode. Oh. But did something change? I mean, well, how can I put this? Like, well, casual is always like that, no? I mean, in Overwatch it is like that, in other games I play it is like that. Why is it in your game now? Like, today, all of a sudden. Did a new update come out, or are there just, I don't know, new people there that don't like it, or?
Or with Mercy with her passive, where she just starts regenerating health after a short amount of time. Now, in the case of Mercy, she is going to have this passive in addition to her own version of this passive. So basically, she is getting a supercharged version of this. So Mercy is going to have that passive regeneration heal that moves really fast compared to all of the other...
Yo, what the hell? There is no... What? Why is there no timer?
Their support.
Because Valve isn't working on it much anymore. It's kind of been left to die. Oh, no. Yeah, that's sad. Like, for me, I really hope that the games I play never die. Like, you're spending so much time on them, and you're putting so much effort, and you want to make it beautiful, whatever you do in the game. Yeah, I really hope that never happens to me.
Another big change that's going to affect the...
I'm really sorry, man, but yeah, maybe I mean, you already played Overwatch, so maybe you will find a new main game for yourself.
Different roles.
I mean, that would be awesome. We could play together if you want.
Is that most crowd control abilities are going to be removed from DPS and support, and
What?
Another big change that's going to affect the different roles is that most crowd control abilities are going to be removed from
crowd control
from DPS and support, and only the tank characters will have consistent CC. This means that some characters like McCree probably going to lose his stun, Doomfist.
Really? What? They won't have any stuns anymore? No. McCree? No flashbang anymore? Seriously? That's like his thing. But don't take Ash's coach gun.
Will also have a lot of changes that are going to be happening to him as well. So we'll also have a lot of changes that are going to be happening to him as well. So it's not that it's going to completely go away. Like, they did mention specifically that Ana is probably going to keep hers, and maybe some of the...
Yes, she should. Like every healer has one ability to escape the fight. Except Zen. Zen is just, well, yeah, he can't escape. But all of the other heroes, they have something. 500 hours I have on that game, but I'm preferring Overwatch now. Oh well. TF2, oh well. You mad, bro? I actually don't know. I'm conflicted. Yeah, let's say I'm conflicted. Like, I'm not even a Kree main, but it's like a huge part that when there is a tank and you want to kill him as a Kree, well, what do? Blind him and fan the hammer. That's it. I mean, he won't die, but, you're just doing a big amount of damage.
The others will keep theirs.
But please, let Pharah keep her concussive blast. If you take that away of her, no, then you could delete Pharah from the game. Seriously.
But most crowd control, most CC abilities are now going to be on the tank characters and not DPS or...
Oh, that's the new Winston ability we saw, the Hanzo Ricochet arrow stuff. I guess that's the thing.
Support.
It'll be fun. Winston can
As for character
people.
abilities, we did get a look at some changes to existing ones and some new ones as well. For Winston, he has an entirely new ability. This is going to be his right click, and this is going to be a condensed version of the energy, and what he's going to do is just launch it out like it's a projectile. So you press it.
Oh yeah, cool. I mean, for Winston player, that's nice, but so Pharah will have even more problems. Can you please just buff this Egyptian girl?
And it's essentially a long-range projectile that will deal damage, and this is going to give Winston a little bit of a ranged attack. It's not the best, it's not super amazing, but it will be something that he is now able to use.
Yeah, I mean, that's nice, kinda, but I mean, he had no problems before that. You could just, when there was a Pharaoh above you as Winston, well, then just jump straight up and electrify her to death. That's it. Like, Jesus.
Enemies that are further away.
Why? I mean, it's nice that he has that now, so that he has also now a far range ability, but it will just buttfuck Farah even more. Like, just give her shields. Forget every other thing about Farah, what you could give her. Just give her shields. It's the only thing I want. Shields. Just give it to me.
With the bubbles, where now she is going to have 2 of them, where it's kind of saved up, like where Junkrat has them saved up, or Tracer has blinks that are saved up, and you're
Stylosa was there too.
Going to have the same system with Zarya's bubble. You now have 2 of them, and you can choose to use both of them.
But I want
them on yourself, both of them on your team.
Well, I have them in my workshop stuff on Overwatch. There I have Pharaoh with shield.
Teammates, or you can use one for yourself and one for
yes, it would be a nightmare for controller players. I get that. For controller players, for console players, I should say, this would be a nightmare. Like Far Mercy with Farah that has shields. Yes, that would be a nightmare. But on PC, it's just a joke.
But essentially, you now have those regenerating bubbles instead of trying to just have one cooldown for each of the abilities. D.Va just gets a bunch more of the defense matrix uptime, since she's going to be the only tank on the team. She just has a better defense matrix now.
Okay.
Also, a change for Mei is that
well, it's
she
not
will
really
no longer
that long.
freeze
whatever, I mean.
enemies with her primary attack. So when you're using this, she just has a better defense matrix now. And then also a change for Mei is that she will no longer freeze enemies with her primary attack.
What? Hey, yeah, I know, I'm at 12 followers. Yeah, I know, it's amazing. Oh, come on. Seriously? They do that to Mei? What? That's bullshit. Come on. That's really bullshit. Seriously. You don't freeze them anymore? Come on, Mei just has a black soul. Or she doesn't have any soul. Like, something of them. But, come on, it's an integral part of her that you jump around and you freeze her and then you headshot them. That's it.
So when you're using this, you will still slow down the enemy, and it's supposed to do a little bit extra damage as well while they're being affected by this, but they're not going to get frozen anymore. However, Mei's ultimate, it looks like it still will freeze anybody that gets in that area.
Yeah, I hope so.
We also got to look at several new maps. In Overwatch 2, maps are going to be roughly the same size that we have
there was
in
a time
Overwatch.
I really wanted to main Mei, but now that I know that, no, fuck that. Fuck Mei, I'm not going to try to learn her that I can eventually main her in the future. No, there's no point. Oh Jesus! Oh, now you're mad too. It's so dumb.
However, they're going to be a little bit more complicated with
Why?
more options for side routes and that sort of stuff. And also, they're going to include a lot more verticality than we've seen in the Overwatch 1 map. So the first is that the push mode, which we've already seen. These maps are told to be very flank heavy, and we already saw
Ryan gets buffed pretty hard.
Toronto. It's pretty much the same thing that we saw at...
I mean, what is this? Is this... Where is that? That looks Greek.
It's pretty much the same thing that we saw at one of the previous BlizzCons. Rome, we got to see a lot of this map being played as well. This is also going to be a push map. The New York map is a hybrid map, and this has...
Oh, that's a cool payload.
Again, a lot of the side routes and stuff like that. Rio is going to be a hybrid map as well. And then Monte Carlo, that Rio is going to be a hybrid map as well. and then Monte Carlo is going to be a payload map.
It's called Monte Carlo.
All of these look incredible. There's a lot more detail in all of these maps. It's not that they're just, you know, better textures or higher quality or stuff like that. There's a lot more going on just because the new engine for Overwatch 2 allows there to be more stuff. And it's just, these maps look so much better, a lot more detailed than what we have in Overwatch 1. That was all the content that we got from the dev stream. However, they're supposed to be doing a Q&A very soon, which is also going to have a lot more information. I don't expect them to reveal lots of really big new stuff in that Q&A that they're going to be doing. Instead, they're probably going to clarify some of the stuff and maybe just kind of give some teases and stuff like that. But that should be happening very soon.
I don't care about teases.
When it does,
I want facts.
I will make a video and let you guys know all of the important stuff. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of it. Now let me ask you guys, what do you think about the 5v5 change? Is it going to make the game better? Is it going to make it worse? Is it not going to have much effect?
Well, I guess both. It can make it better and it can make it worse. Depends really on the people you have in the team.
Effect at all? What do you think? Let me know down below. A big...
Yeah. Okay. 1 second. Yeah, let's do it like this. Okay. So, because I found some PvP gameplay stuff, we could look at that. 1 second. Let's put this one on YouTube.
Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump.
This one.
We're gonna jump in and check this one out.
Okay, and then here's the last. No, it's not it. Okay. Good. We watch that. Okay. 1 second. The one right here. So, let's see about this Rome PvP gameplay.
We're gonna jump in and check this one out. We got a bunch more questions. I'm sure Calcat you do as well here.
Oh yeah, that's the new mode here. But I guess I mean, does the spawn change or does it just stay on the same? Does it just stay on the same location?
I mean, first impression is wow. This is an incredible vista.
By the way, I completely forgot about that. They said like when you play Overwatch 2, when you will buy it and you will download it, then everything will come from the old Overwatch to your new Overwatch, like skins, voice lines, stuff like that. But they didn't specify it. Like, will the voice lines be like in the same order, or do you have to put in them manually? Will the skins already be attached, or do you have to put in them manually? What about your settings? What about Corsair settings? Like, if I go on wait 1 second. If I go here on Overwatch, I mean, I have different Corsairs, like for Echo, and then for Ash, and then for Kree.
Justice ain't gonna dispense itself.
What else? Okay, for Ana it's this.
Fighting for what you believe in.
Lucio.
Come on, let's bring it together.
I mean, Sigma.
There is no obligation.
Will I have to do everything of this again? Will I have to do everything of this again? And also with the hero stuff, I mean skins, emotes, victory poses, do I have to do that again too? I mean, they just say like, well, yeah, I mean, Overwatch 2, you can just bring everything from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2, but what do we have to do and what will be already set in? Like, I would love to know that, because when Overwatch 2 will come out, and I will stream it like that evening when it comes out, and then I'm starting the game, and then it's like, hey, well, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that, then But of course, they're not going to say it. Like, I just want that. I just want that. But they don't want to give it to me. Whatever. Okay, so.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
But yes, it is a beautiful map. Rome
Absolutely
looks really beautiful.
Stuff. We talked about, you know, Dion, you mentioned like the S shape sort of thing, but it looks like there's some twists and turns here. It's almost like the path overlaps itself as well at some points.
It does. There's a little bit of C shape, and then there's this bridge overpass.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's pretty fun to encounter. I think I'm curious to see how this battle plays out once the players get to the
you
overpass.
Spawn in the Pantheon? Really?
Yeah, I feel like
Dude, where are the other statues? There's usually more stuff here. What the hell?
It's big features on this map, and we'll see.
Yeah, by the way, I was never in Rome, but I just know about
this. Right in the under the Colosseum, basically, where the
but yeah, please add Maximilian from Talent to the game. Please, just do it.
You know, it kind of like looks sort of simple in basic geometry,
Cupcake.
but is like
never heard of that.
The subtlety there is because it's got a slight curve to it the whole time. It's so amazing, and you can see certain of these are blocked off and certain of them are open. As far as
okay, so I guess they both have locked spawn
opening
points.
them up, closing them. In fact, you see the tops are actually open.
But that's really not a huge map.
Them, so we still allow some flanking routes if you're like a Pharah or Genji and you want to get cheeky. But we didn't want to close it off entirely, so that one section was sort of everyone's favorite right away in playtesting, and then
yeah, she still has sleep dart.
A massive amount of iteration on it. It's great.
Right. I'm just watching the abilities. I hope they're showing every hero, and even also when someone switches, so that we see the changes.
Is huge.
Oh yeah.
Well, they say Doomfist has a change, but where is the change?
It's funny watching.
Or haven't they implemented it?
Curvature actually it actually reduces line of sight, right? So you cannot now just sit at one end of this sort of track and see the other if you're a sniper. So even that small tweak, you know, has balance implications that I'm sure you've thought about to quite a great degree. I think because me and Cupcake are both support mains, I think something we're definitely going to be wanting to talk about here is that it's not just Zenyatta's HUD that's gotten a change, right? It seems like every sport looks a little bit different when it comes to the HUD and some of those abilities that interact with teammates.
Really cool.
Yeah, which like even the Zen placement of the orbs, it's so much better, like more in the middle rather than having it on this side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really nice. I've noticed like the little changes
I'm really thinking
with, like having Mercy.
Why did they do it on the side? I mean, it makes
a
no
lot
sense.
more clearly, and I like having the icons of who
this guy should stop saying the whole time when I'm telling something. It's so weird.
I like I wish to see more with Ana. Like I would love to see with Ana having it show like who she slept, like on the UI.
Oh, that's a cool idea. Yeah.
Like that would be so cool.
Especially
yeah, that would be nice.
My DPS player that's in the enemy
backline. Most of the time you know it. Except you're YOLOing your sleep dart.
Someone, yeah.
I like that idea a lot.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you throw one, you don't know who it hit, like because there's so much going on. You're like, okay, I definitely slept someone, but I'm not sure who it was. That might be important to know.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part. You sleep against you accidentally with a blade, and someone just wakes them up because they have no idea that you've sort of slept them, right?
Exactly.
Or you should sleep above. The both teams have
also, you as a player get indication if Mercy is healing or damage boosting you, right? Obviously, your screen sort of on live, your screen sort of takes on like a sort of a very slight non-intrusive glow. But it seems here you've also changed how it's indicated to you that Mercy is sort of damage boosting you. Is that also the case with like a nano boost, for example?
Oh, look at that beautiful portrait here. Oh, that looks amazing. That looks amazing. Yeah, I mean they're making the skins look better, but I hope like it's every skin and not only like the default skins, because that would look really weird. But you know, they're not only updating it, the graphics, they're also changing it a bit. The only problem I have with this is that like there are some skins that I really like wait. For instance, the McCree skin. It looks awesome, you know. But when they're doing the better graphics on it and they're changing some stuff, I might not like it anymore. You know? That's like the problem I have. Like I really think it's cool that they're updating the graphics even more, even though I think it already looks nice. But yeah, I mean, they showed us that it can look even more nice. But yeah, I mean, it would be just a shame if I would love a skin and then they would ruin it. But hey, that's also vice versa, you know. Some people could come and then they would like it. But previously they didn't. So who knows?
I can't remember if we've actually changed the 1P nano boost effect.
I don't think
I like it just
yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't remember, but in general, there's like, you know, great big passes going across. I mean, really across the team. I mean, you can see the skin passes.
Ah, okay. So I guess this push guy, he doesn't have to go like completely to the opposite direction. I guess when he goes to the opposite direction, the team wins. Of course, but or the team wins the round. But I think the other thing is that like when the team got it till here and the enemy team got it only like till here, then this team wins because they have made more progress.
Those emails get sent out all the time, like, oh, look at these cool.
Will be interesting to know.
And, you know, tech we're getting,
and also there are
also
checkpoints, like for the dude. Like when he's here, he can't go anymore back, only in this direction, or
just making the sound, of course. So it's kind of just awesome being, like, even if I'm not directly, you know, working on that stuff, just sort of seeing that stuff across my email and the examples being sent out. It's just awesome, like day to day. Seeing all the changes.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure your inbox is sort of swarmed with them. I sort of wonder what the, look, it was mentioned at BlizzCon Online as well that sort of the assault game mode sort of there wouldn't be sort of further maps developed for, right? The focus would no longer sort of be on that. So I'd love to know what the sort of thought process is between sort of the removal of assault, or 2CP as it's fondly known, and the addition
right, assault gets removed. Right, assault maps get removed. The 2 points capture stuff, it gets removed. I'm not sure about that.
That's a long history, actually. That's probably most of the people who really follow
I'm really
the game
not sure about
aware,
that. I mean, okay, 1 second. Can we see that somehow? Wait, what? Okay, settings, maps, control, escort, hybrid. Yeah, assault maps. Okay, so we have Hanamura, which is, it's not my favorite map, but I can play on it. Horizon Lunar Colony is the worst map ever. Paris, also really bad. Temple of Anubis, I love Temple of Anubis. I don't really like Volskaya Industries. Just the first point is a joke. But yeah. Problem is, like, we have here one map in Japan, one map on the moon, one in France, one in Egypt, and one in Russia. So when they remove them, will there just be other other maps? Or will there just be a new map, a new mode in Japan and in these other countries and moon, you know? Like, I just think it's sad that we just then lose a map that is situated in Japan or in France or in Egypt, you know? I think that would be just sad, because you would lose like a part of the game.
We've obviously the assault map, or 2CP as it's called, a lot of people had a lot of concerns with it, and we've tried to make a lot of changes to it. In fact, what people might not know is we've gone through multiple phases of like a heavy overhaul of it, but none of them ever really were good enough to go even to an experimental card, honestly. I always feel bad because one time I had a new designer join, and one of the first things we gave him was like, overhaul 2CP, what do you want to do? And it was like, the hardest problem ever, go ahead and solve it, new guy. It was like, oh, that's kind of rough, actually, in retrospect. So, you know,
it's like, okay, they're further now on this side than the enemy team was on the other side.
We'll do a lot of changes, and it got to the point where we were like, we'd have to make so many changes to get this where we want it to be. Like, is it even the same mode anymore? And at that point, if we're getting to that degree, why don't we just make a different mode?
Yeah, let's make new.
Why even try to like, you know, change it to that degree?
See,
so,
but there I have the problem. I'm always defending the point of never take something away from the community. Never do it. Just don't take something away from the community. Why not just add this push mode, this, yeah, whatever. Why not just add the mode and still make an overhaul of the assault maps? Why not do both? Why not? You have the time, you have the resources. So why not do this?
That's kind of how that ended up coming about. And
I mean, yes, half of the assault maps I don't like, but still, I want them to be in the game, and not only like in workshop or arcade. I really want them in the game, in casual, in competitive.
So that's kind of spicy, Jeff. You're trying to say that there's other modes in development. Are you trying to imply that?
Okay, this was now a checkpoint here, but why? For what is the purpose of that? What? By the way, what is happening with the quality? It's really not that good of a quality.
Experimenting with new modes, but they're experimentation right now.
How crazy
New York was.
Sorry, Dion, please.
Okay, but to be honest, the gameplay looks kinda nice. I mean, it's not like they're missing something.
I mean, it seems like so many possibilities.
It's really nice.
On a map, right?
Right.
Like I think the only one tank change won't be that
first
bad.
Showed that at BlizzCon. The shipping version.
It only
changed,
can be
to
bad.
try to fix 2CB even back.
But it doesn't have to necessarily
when the
be
game first
bad.
came out.
Wait, well, but now he's walking back without that. Oh, there are two pushy stuff. Ah, okay. So the boy here has to push two piles of, I don't know. Oh, and one is for the one team and the other is for the other team. I get it. Oh, that's amazing.
Actually, the version we shared and the version that shipped with the game was pretty different from the choke point standpoint to try to address some of the 2CP challenges. So
that's that was stupid dynamite.
Oh, sorry, Dion, I didn't cut you off.
And that was it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna comment because we were there, although they just left it. But the other thing I was mentioning about this map, because I mentioned two things, is that area we just left was. It's like this, like corkscrew, basically, and it's super interesting. Yeah, it like goes. It basically flips on itself and goes.
Oh,
over
I
itself.
hope the skybox in this map is high up.
You can see it coming up here. So you go under. In this case, you would go to the right and then back up and then cross over itself. It is a really interesting point to play. In fact, when we were first playing it, I remember.
But it's a nice condensed map. You have like many tunnels and bridges and stuff like that.
Like,
that's cool.
I don't know if I like this or not. It's either amazing or it's terrible. I can't even
But to be honest, I would love to see more of the heroes, more of the abilities.
Very impactful. And so,
especially
like, I think that means
the new ones, you know.
Keep playtesting it and keep iterating. So, obviously, having a big impact is almost more important if you can get the good stuff of it. So, after a lot of iteration, it's definitely persisted and it's become kind of the most interesting spot to play around because it's
that was a bit unnecessary from him.
The flanks, you can flank from on top to drop down below because you have to go under this pass. And if you just sit in the middle of the pass as Reaper or something like that and just drop down, of course you got to worry about be jumping up on you or something.
Yeah, a lot of good alt potential here on this map.
Climb or a grapple or something. So it's just like this. When you're going through that after playtesting this map enough and playing enough, when you're going under that pass, it's the most like.
Yes, no new abilities. HP is still the same.
Especially when it's like calm for a while at first, because like after a fight.
Ammo, I guess it's also still the same.
Okay, what is about to happen here? Where are they going to be coming from? And it's like
there's a sneaky little alleyway.
Yeah, that was dumb.
A tiny
I wouldn't have pushed with
there's an alleyway there.
Almost no health.
Reaper 76. There's a lot of
So it's like Gibraltar, right? You go through that first or underpass, and you just look a little too quiet.
Reaper 76.
Someone's gonna show up and clap you. I mean, I'm loving it. It looks like, I mean, the verticality difference between sort of playing in this initial sort of bend and then outside on the corkscrews is huge.
Oh like yeah, they should also add. You know, there is also a competitive. I got my watch again. There is also a competitive deathmatch. I mean, they should not only have that in arcade, like that it's like, well, in 1 or 2 days in a week it's there. No, it should be like really in the competitive section of the game. It should be there too.
Most to try and make
just my opinion about it.
We've seen now a good decent bit of Rome.
But you know, by the way, before I said like that I wouldn't be a fan of when they would change. Like the overhaul of the graphics is nice, but if they would change the skin too much, I fear that that I might not like it anymore. But hey, that's okay when I can just mix outfits together. I mean, they hinted something about that, and I would really love that. If I could like make my own hero, you know, with parts from different skins, would really remind me of World of Warcraft, you know, with the transmog stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love all the like architecture and everything in it. I was fascinated when I was watching the preview during the BlizzCon.
Oh, nice! Now they have to push it until here. That's amazing. Makes sense.
And I would, you know, love to get in there and like just go explore it and look around and like figure out like.
I mean, yes, come on. I mean, the architecture, it's nice when you see it, but I guess after 1 or 2 matches here, well, it just won't be special anymore.
This is because there's just a lot to it. It's a little confusing, like looking at it from like this perspective, but I'm sure once you get in there and you actually like play it, it makes a lot more sense, you know.
Even at 5v5, yeah, you definitely have the feeling of like franticness or hecticness, you know, sort of around the bot.
Yeah, exactly.
And this seems like a game mode that's catered to like giving these like adrenaline sort of pumping moments of overtime, right?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, you could really you could really give the enemy team space until there is like a nice point where you can contest really good, where you have the high ground and everything. I mean, you could really play big brain here on this.
It seems like there's a lot of overtime moments.
I really think there wouldn't be bad.
What I love though is that.
But I just want that the other maps.
These buildings don't just
come back.
Decoration.
Come back
like,
too.
Even look up on the top right side, right? Like all these buildings you can go in. There's so many more of these nooks and crannies that you can actually explore. That seems like a way more intensive map design. Everything. You cannot leave a stone unturned when you sort of turn this screen into, you know, something.
Okay, well, yeah. I think that was my critique for Overwatch 2. I think I said everything. Yeah, I said everything what I wanted to say. Yeah, I guess that was it from my side. I told you my opinion about it. I think I'm still thrilled for Overwatch 2. I just want it to finally come out, even though there are changes that I don't like. I think right now the tank change, it can have a big impact, but the most probably, you know, we will get used to it really quickly, I guess. So yeah, the only thing I think is sad is because of the maps that got lost. You know, the assault maps. They should do something there. And Pharah, please give Pharah shields. Just give it to her. And please don't take Flashbang away from McCree. He really should just have that. But yeah, like I said, that was it. Thank you for watching this. I never have done this before, and yeah, I know it was really chaotic, especially in the beginning. It was really chaotic. I'm sorry, I've never done this before. It's like completely new for me, you know. Yeah, thank you, Connor McCarthy, and put the us in the bag. Thank you for watching me, and by the way, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Thank you, man. And yeah, like I said, you know the drill. Down below is Discord, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Everything is there. So yeah, that was it. Hope you enjoyed it. And I don't know what I was streaming this evening. I will have to see what I was streaming.